Hi, it's Kane Hodder, Jason from Friday the 13th. You're watching Slash and Cast. Keep watching, or I'll kill you and your whole family.
What's going on, horror fans? Welcome back to another episode of Slashcast. My name is Riley, that's Griffin, and that is Nick. Few short updates before we jump in here. First of all, make sure you check out our streams. I know there were none last week. We did a really bad job. Things were hectic. A lot of videos, though, lately. At least we got that much going for us. Yeah. Hoping to get quite a few in this week. We'll see how that goes. All links to anything you possibly could need is in the description. That includes Twitter, Facebook, Discord, even our subreddit's in there. And, of course, the link to sponsor is also there. And then the link to our website is there. A lot of stuff going on there, okay? We have the new digital store, which includes, exclusive Slashcast podcast episodes. If you want to possibly hear more of our voices for a low cost, between $1 to $2. And we just did a Jason X commentary last week. People seem to be enjoying that. It's just watching along with us. And Jason X, it's a good time. Yeah. And hear me out, okay? This is big. We got a new merch store that should be going live today. All right, and now we're talking a lot of merch.
Oh my god,
a lot of variety. Like we were running through Juniper for a while, and while our experience with them was solid and it was fun to do, we just felt really limited with what we wanted. Correct. And we had a lot of cool stuff we wanted to do, and now we could do that and run with that in the merch store.
It's pretty awesome. A lot of variety. That's what I'll give you.
Not just for the products, but also designs. You know, we only had the two designs on Juniper, and we got a handful of designs.
Listen, when you see this store, you're gonna get lost. There's so much shit.
And the main thing is we get to control the prices and our profits, which means the prices are lower than they were on our previous merchandise store.
And
good for you.
Shipping's not bullshit either.
Correct.
There's a lot of options for shipping.
Yeah, that was the main reason we wanted to move away.
And
more merch for you. Lower cost.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
We want to hear your comments.
We
want some suggestions because we actually designed all the shirts, whatnot, ourselves. So, it's mostly just our logo, but, check it out. Give us some reviews, things you would want.
We also have the option for more originality, so specific designs, whatnot, we can run with, which is dope. All right, let's jump in. We all know you want to talk about it, okay? Friday the 13th, the game officially dropped their first look at single-player challenges. This was just as simple as Daniel Nixon, all right, a.k.a. Shifty Samurai, the one and only. He dove into the game and as part 3 Jason, and went through the first, what appears to be at least the first challenge in single-player challenges.
The introductory one is, I believe, what he said. That is the tutorial.
Yeah. Now, of course, this was a work in progress, but it looked really good.
God damn.
Yeah, all considered.
Yeah.
Now, what goes on in this? Basically, it's just he morphs over. We get a cool cinematic intro, which actually contains real, legitimate dialogue, cheesy, cliche, 80s dialogue.
That's what you want.
That's the point, right? So no problem there. But their mouths for the first time in this game actually move with what they're saying, and it genuinely felt like the movie. It was great. And then we dive in. He's playing as Jason. He morphs over to the side of this car where they're at. Car's broken down. Adam's trying to fix it. Bugsy goes to take a leak.
Yeah, nice cinematic a camera angle there, too, with behind the bush hiding.
Yeah, you're able to, you can see it all over the place when he's moving around. There are these locations where it's like...
prompts.
It zooms in. And it's
called
awesome.
It's called Stalker. I think you get Stalker points.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, when you do that, you zoom in on the situation that they're at, and you can hear what they're saying.
Yep.
And that's when you hear Bugsy say, I gotta drain the lizard. And he walks off to a tree out to the side. Then he morphs over there. And then what's interesting there, he goes into stalk. And we'll dive into that more in terms of how we think that's going to work. He goes into stalk, and then he just gets a prompt right away to jump right into a kill. There's no grabbing and then activating a kill. It's just you activate a kill right from there as he's taking a leak. Which, by the way, he totally pissed on Jason, right?
I was looking for that.
I
saw the stream stop when he
the sound stops.
Yeah,
you don't see his dick or anything, but the sound stops. So you're kind of just you assume that, but I couldn't. Listen, you ever try to stop?
Exactly.
While peeing? That's impossible.
Exactly.
You got scared so bad.
Right. And then in the cinematic, he grabs him, puts him up on the tree spike, like what we're used to, but then he breaks off a branch, unicorns him.
Unicorns him, yeah.
That was dope. The cinematic did look great there as well.
It seems like
it's much more cinematic.
It seems like there's going to be a lot of variables.
Yeah, we'll dive into that because the whole butterfly effect. From there, he walks back to the car and just kind of chills for a second, waits for Adam to go to get basically for some reason in a really odd position. I've repaired a shit ton of tires in my life. Not once have I ever put my face underneath the damn the car like that. But whatever.
Just sets him up for the kill, honestly.
Yeah, well, that's the whole point.
Yeah, but I think he was also waiting for the stock to recharge. I think
he was.
The stock's
and Daniel was obviously well aware of all the scenarios that can play out.
Yeah.
So he was very much waiting for
the perfect ones.
Yeah, for that cool kill.
Which they were something.
Yeah, dude, I love that kill so much. As a fan of the films, I mean, he just pulls the jack from underneath the car, drops on his face, and then he just looks. And he just stares at him as Adam struggles and slowly fades off. Dope.
Yeah, and then he just turns around and walks away.
Yeah.
Turns around, walks away. Moves on.
On to the next one.
Yeah. So like I said, man, super cinematic. The whole situation felt like you were in a movie.
Yeah. Right? And it looks great. Like, great.
Yeah, like these kills, it's funny as you see the game continue to grow and advance, and as Alphonic is learning as well, as that continues, you see these kills they become more, I don't know, ambitious because for example, when the new environmental kills came back, when like the screwdriver, the butcher knife and stuff, there was a whole bunch of different camera angles than we ever got before, like zooming up on him grabbing the screwdriver right into the face of like the other counselor and whatnot. That they just get more ambitious as they go, and honest to God, if we would have gotten single-player challenges right at the beginning of the game, like back in May, they probably would be a lot worse. Yeah. The fact that they had a time to really learn from their experience with this game and do it this way, I think we're going to get a lot better product because of that.
Right, and I also believe, the single-player, just aspect of it being offline is a hell of a lot easier than implementing some of that stuff into multiplayer. I think just because in multiplayer, like you yourself and Jason are watching the cinematic, but other people can still watch, but it's not cinematic. They got to alter those variables. But in single player, you're the only one, so they can also it looks more optimized in single player, which obviously
multiplayer I think is just would be way too much, way too many variables to deal with, because like you said. Hey, two people could be locked into the scenario, but then you would have the issue of people when they get into kills motions, they come up and start whacking Jason and stuff. It's going to create bugs.
I mean,
bugs and also it's annoying.
Yeah,
you want to watch this beautiful kill.
You're ruining my immersion. So like a lot of people have been asking, are those kills going to sneak their way into multiplayer as well? And we know for a fact, based on from what we've seen in mocap and discussions surrounding it, that there are some kills that were filmed for both single player and multiplayer. So some kills they made little different variants between there may be just some changes. Right. But some kills, like the putting them on the tree and putting the unicorn, like that could be in multiplayer.
Right.
That would be too difficult.
But the one that Adam died by,
obviously not.
The car, obviously not, because you're never going to be at the point where you're on the ground under the car.
You don't even fix the tire, so
yeah.
What would be the point of the kill?
New ways of fixing the car. Huh?
Yeah, the tires.
That's not happening.
The tires deflated. Gotta blow back up.
Yep. Whoopsie.
One of the things to me that's so intriguing about it is that Daniel uses stock for both kills. He activates stock before walking up to him. What does that mean? Does that if he didn't use stock, then what? Does
Bugsy turn around?
Yeah. Does Bugsy hear him? Does he have the option to react if they do hear you? Do they run away? Do they try to fight? What changes?
Exactly. What if you fail? You have to restart.
Yeah. Well, there are failure.
Yeah, you have to be
there are failure options to these challenges.
What if say at the beginning, complete this challenge without a wearing counselor that you're there or something like that.
Yeah.
And so they get scared.
I don't remember if that did show before. Maybe that was the case.
It didn't.
It didn't. But Daniel did say you can fail these challenges.
Yeah, and he also makes it clear in his forum post that there are distinct. You have objectives that you have to do. You have specific goals and what to do.
How you do them or the order you do them,
right?
That's up to you.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just honestly, I'm curious if stock is needed for the situation. Do you have to be strategic? Do you have to? It was Hitman, right? Everyone's comparing it to Hitman. like, do you have to be that subtle with your movements? Honestly, God, I kind of hope so.
Yeah, it would be fun.
Yeah, you need strategy, man. Strategy games are fun.
I think it would just add that a little bit of intenseness, so you're kind of stressing about scaring a counselor,
Right.
Yeah.
which you don't have to worry about in the multiplayer because most of the time, sometimes they're looking for chasing, but now, you're trying to play the part where it's like, oh, where's he gonna show up? You know what I'm saying?
Ultimately, it's the feel of what Friday the 13th is and what Friday the 13th the game should be / was / is. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's meant to be strategic as Jason and cool, just cool looking and cinematic.
Yeah.
With that, like, as you saw him go through it, it was easy, right? There was no struggle whatsoever. Now, this is the first one.
This was level 0, I believe he said. I believe this was the tutorial to the bots. That's what I believe he said.
So if you have that, I'm just kind of curious how it can be hard. What can make them difficult?
Right. Maybe that level there isn't. Maybe there is. Apparently, I mean, he said you can fail. So yeah, maybe you have to use stock. Maybe you decide to kill Adam first. Bugsy hears you and starts running away, and once he gets to the end of the map, failure. You can still shift and morph to get him. I mean,
Right.
maybe there's stars involved or percent. I don't even know. Probably not.
Or difficulties.
It might just be pass fail, and then they just get more difficult as the challenges go on.
Right. And well, I have a couple more points that are just like coming to my head in terms of like how this would work out. You see that he could still hold throwing knives. You see he still has the option for traps.
Can you grab?
Can you grab?
Can you still grab and do your own kills?
Yeah, because
Wow, oh man,
they didn't show that.
that's weird when you look at it that way. I don't know how I'd actually feel about that. I don't know. It's weird.
I
But
kind of like the prompt.
Of course you want the cool cinematic kills.
Exactly.
But I thought, like, okay, let's say, for example, I go ahead and I know Bugsy's going over there to fucking take a piss, right? Instead of going to where he did behind the car and going in the stock, I go there first. I put a trap down in the spot where he's going to take a piss.
Then shift away.
Yeah. And the question is, Bugsy, when he zooms up on the situation, we hear more dialogue of them talking to each other, and that's when it activates that he has to go take a piss. Will they not do anything until you zoom in and like that prompts them, right? Like, is that the prompt for them?
That makes the most sense, but again, who knows? That's probably what is going to happen. It's probably, you have to do this step before you can have the freedom to, kill whomever you want.
Yeah. There's so many variables to me. And obviously, you saw all the stock prompts that were there that you could zoom in from a shit ton of different angles. Like I talked about this in the video that actually covered this directly. Like butterfly effect is really key here, I think, because there's so many options. You have, well, first of all, could you, before Bugs even walks away, could you get up on both of them right then and there?
Slash
Kill
them.
both of them at the same time.
Slash
Do the
them.
old double choke slam.
Yeah, dude. Like, could you
Be interesting.
single player is a good option where you could kill more than one counselor at the same time. Animations where I don't know anything. We've seen it in the movies where you like slam their faces together, anything like that. Does that become an option in single player?
Yeah, maybe you grab Adam, Bugsy, right at the beginning. Bugsy wants to be a hero, runs towards him, and you can smash them together or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we also let's take a step back here in this butterfly effect talk. You have Bugsy walks off. He's peeing, right? Instead of going to Bugsy first, let's go to Adam first, who's working on the battery. Is there a car hood kill now? Like, can you do a kill there? Can you like put his face on the engine or something?
Right.
I would hope so.
Right. We saw the infamous flare and gas kill in motion capture.
Yeah. And there's clear as day a gas can sitting by the car.
Right. So you go kill Bugsy. You sit there and with the E prompt and stalk Adam while you put in the battery in. Then he puts the tire in. Do you have to kill him then, or does he move over to the gas then? And now he's putting gas in the car, and now you can do that flare kill. Could you wait until Bugsy starts walking back from taking a piss and then do a different kill around the bushes?
Right. If you don't kill Bugsy first, what's he do? What's he go off and do? Like, does he come back to the car? Is he the one you could do that gas can flare kill on? Like,
maybe he's had a lot to drink and he's seriously just peeing the whole time.
Or either that, or they give you the instructions. You kill this counselor, then kill this counselor.
Yeah.
Right.
Now let's say when Adam was under the car, you don't stop Adam ever, and you just let him go fix the car
And drive away.
Well, he wouldn't leave without Bugsy.
I
though.
know.
Does it ever get to the point that
Does he go
goes
check?
and should look for Bugsy? I'm just saying, there's so much options there, and how you play it will change your scenario entirely.
Exactly.
And they have to have planned for that. They have, you know what I'm saying? Because if you don't kill him at this point, you fail. That's kind of dumb.
Yeah, maybe you have 3 minutes, and then after 3 minutes, if you don't do anything, you fail. It's like, hey, hurry the fuck up.
Which that would be reasonable because you got to think, okay, at what point is this getting unreasonable that you are just waiting and waiting and wait? You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when it comes to the point where you have multiple counselors, or so you kill one, but then you have 2 others in a separate area. What if one of them is prompted to walk away? And they find one, it alerts all of them.
You're about to say, can they find?
Yeah.
Can they find other bodies?
Maybe this is another tutorial on how to use stalk. Be patient.
Yeah, true.
Which I wouldn't mind.
So many variables.
And now that we got this look at single player challenges, this really a scenario we've seen many times in horror films. Their car breaks down, killer shows up.
Yep.
What other options? And this is opinion. All right, these are just theories. What other options they have for other challenges?
Right. Maybe they go swimming.
Yeah, swimming.
Yep.
Swimming, skinny dipping.
Skinny
Those
dipping.
dang teenagers.
Well, let's look at the cliches of Friday 13th. Things
yes.
that we would see in the films. You have
Sex, drugs,
drinking,
and rock and roll.
drugs, sex.
Sex.
Yeah, is there random people out in tents having sex somewhere? You have that scenario. You
stab them through both of them while they're banging.
We know that mocap's there, right? We saw them talk about it on Randy's stream.
You have to be able to do that. That is the kill.
Yeah.
Stab the machete through both of them.
Right. How many kills are not in the game that were in the motion capture studio?
Quite a lot, to be fair. A lot.
So, how many did they say how many challenges? I don't think they.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think they said how many challenges that come out. I don't think we're going to get, 50 each with 5 kills in them. But, we might get 15.
That's still a lot of kills.
That's a lot of missions. Yeah. That's a lot of challenges and a lot of kills, a lot of cool kills that we, probably 99% of them we haven't seen.
Yeah. And can they always add more,
Because
right.
You think we get 15 base ones, 5 counselors in each of them. That's, how many kills.
That's are you asking for my math?
Quick math.
I didn't actually want to do the math.
75.
Well, there you go. 75.
Right.
That's not right.
And before you ask, there is no more single player challenges demo on the roadmap, which we don't have yet. There will be no demo. They will release all the challenges. Daniel did say no demo anymore,
which is good.
Right, which is a good thing.
He also did say in his forum post that it is coming out with the engine. It's bundled with the new engine,
which is planned for April.
Yep. That's good. I mean that's at the earliest. At the earliest I'd say is April.
Right.
But it wouldn't be far out from there.
No,
obviously, they're in pretty good shape here. If this is their work in progress, they're pretty far along.
And we're chugging along in February already.
Yeah, no,
they look
fine.
They look damn good too for work in progress.
Those kills were very polished.
Oh yeah.
So
they've been working on the
cinematics. Yeah. Before I have to go back to this idea of more things that they could do in challenges because it was clicking in my head. All right, so the opening scene for every game, multiplayer game, can we stalk up on people at a campfire? If you go back to the original Friday, strip poker, huh? That could be in there.
Well, Choppa, get your game on.
Oh my god, that would be so awesome. Well, Choppa's got to have all the women. All right.
It's all the bitches.
Right.
I mean, if it's any other way, they're wrong. All right,
exactly.
They're wrong.
Yeah, maybe we get that drama that we saw. In the virtual cabin, we saw Kenny and Tiffany, hanging out.
Dude, I was thinking about that. I was thinking maybe virtual cabin is setting up drama for us.
Maybe Chad and Bugsy, hang out after, Kenny steals Tiffany.
They have the chance here. The option to run with this.
Right.
To really make a totally cliche, over-the-top 80s drama story here.
Yeah.
And while we kill them off at the same time, it could be so much fun.
In a way, it's like their own movie.
It is,
You know,
Right.
It really is, which is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, and like it's not a story mode. All right, everybody's always like, oh, we're in story mode. We're never getting a story mode. This is as close as you're gonna get, and this feels way more close, like to a story than I ever expected.
Right. I'm pretty sure the challenges won't, meld the story together. But I think each challenge is going to have its own, cliche Friday the 13th feel.
Little short story.
Exactly. I don't think they're gonna, meld together like episode 1 goes to 2 goes to 3 like a campaign or like a story mode.
You don't?
No.
I don't.
I don't know. I think maybe some of them will. Like, okay, to me, we obviously know that Bugsy and Adam were just heading off to a party. Is the challenge after that a party? And then they're not showing up. Oh my God, where are they?
True.
Like,
but I mean, how many people can Jason kill in each challenge
That's the
before
thing.
you run out of people?
It could be like
Yeah.
it could be like 1 or 2 linked together, but then at that point, you start to run out of counselors after a
how many do
few.
we have? 13? 13, right? We started with 10. We got Mitch, Fox, and Shelly.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure it's 13.
Yeah, that makes sense. And
Lucky
Tommy?
number.
That's including Tommy, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. That's not including Tommy. 14 maybe.
Please correct us in the comments. We know you
It's
will.
been too long, dude.
Yeah.
I haven't read that stuff in forever.
No, but yeah, again, 8, 10, 15 challenges. 15 max, maybe 20, but that's even pushing it. I think between
You can only do so much.
I think
Yeah.
between 8 and 15 is a good guess for how
After-
many challenges we're getting. Unless they said it, prove us wrong because I don't know.
I don't know.
I just feel like after too many, it may get boring, repetitive.
Yeah, there's only so much you could do,
Yeah.
right? All right, last point I want to bring up about this, because people have been asking. Grendel's coming, okay? And in these, like Daniel already said, these challenges have their own maps and their own unique areas, but obviously they're going to take advantage of structures they've already created.
Right.
I would be shocked if we don't see Higgins or Packenack. That doesn't make sense to me. Take advantage of what you already built, But
Hey, party at Packenack Lodge.
why wouldn't that be there? I mean, it
Exactly.
fits perfectly.
Exactly. Yeah, maybe we see that second level of the barn at either Pinehurst
Yo.
or Higgins.
We saw the storyboard from 2 years ago now, a long time ago.
Yeah.
That was them running into a barn.
Right.
Oh.
Who knows if that, made it to the final cut,
Yeah.
but
We also have the storyboard of a girl in a shower. The options are there. okay?
Potential.
But my whole point was this: like, Grendel's coming. Will they try to sneak challenges onto Grendel?
That'd be pretty cool.
It's something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think so either.
No,
I think they've
it's-
been working on these challenges so long, and Grendel, like, they're separate things, and to, I don't know, work on them at the same time and mix them together seems really
Right.
tough.
It'd be really
Right.
difficult.
Yeah, maybe down the road at some point. but-
Right.
Like
You know-
a DLC or something.
Yeah.
These are again, you may say, "Oh, you only play through these once and then you're done. This is boring. Nobody wants this." Which we've read, people do want this. Fans of the film will really, really
Oh,
want
dude, I'm
this.
dying for this.
This is, that's really cool, and it's free.
So much free content from Gun Media.
Yeah, like it's already paid for, man. That's
Right. Now this game isn't worth $40. Might be now. I say it definitely will be once single player challenges come in. I think it is a $40 game.
I think it was before, but
like you can make any argument you want on price. Like that's up to you. That's like personal
Right.
preference. I'm not against the idea of $40 for a full game like that. Maybe it was arguably a little high for what the game originally started as, with just multiplayer.
I think that's a fair assumption. Even with the virtual cabin and the offline bots, you could say, again, personal preference. I got my $40 worth for just multiplayer. We have 800, 900 hours on the game.
Yeah,
We got our money's worth.
You can't put a price on happiness.
Honestly, that day's, that update's going to drop, really close to the 1 year anniversary. We're going to get more. The hype is going to come back. We're going to get that gut feeling like any day now, any day now.
Yep.
What you just said, I swear to God, this is it. This is my last point about the challenges.
This is the third last point.
I swear, I'm locking in. This is it. You said that you go through them once and you're done. You're nothing else to do, right? I can see that. I understand why people are frustrated with that.
Right.
But let's look at Until Dawn, okay? A game that is driven by this idea of the butterfly effect, and every time you play, a different scenario occurs.
Mm-hmm.
That is totally what challenges can be. Obviously, there are plenty of kill options throughout each challenge, and depending on how you play it, depends on what kill you get.
Mm-hmm.
So go back, play them again, get every option you can. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play the shit out of
So
it.
I'm sure there's going to be achievements, and I bet,
will
one of the
there be
achievements could be
That'd be nice.
do every single kill option for the challenges.
For real, though? We haven't got
Do-
new achievements,
do-
like, ever.
Yeah, maybe they add the achievements to achieve every outcome in every single player challenge again, Hopefully,
Until Dawn did shit like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure you can expect at least a couple videos, if not, some website content covering every scenario. Eventually, of course.
I'm going to play the shit out of it. Walkthroughs all day.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I think that's everything in terms of what we want to say about single player challenges. There is one other side of news here, though. We're done with single player challenge. I want to make sure
We're excited.
we're
done.
excited.
All right, done.
Couldn't be more excited. All right, so as you guys know, I think anyway, they are upgrading their engine. They're moving on to a new upgraded version of the Unreal Engine, which I'm glad they are. There's a lot of options for increased graphics and just the game fucking working better.
Stability.
Yeah, stability in general. And it's absolutely required in order for dedicated servers to make it on a console. And I would say it's pretty heftily required to make single-player challenges work effectively.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, good. But that means we don't have much patches coming here, at least regular patches, but we do have hot fixes.
Right. Daniel did say there will be no regular patches until, that update. But the next week, we got a hot fix for the update.
Yeah.
That we got.
Oh, wow.
Fixing some of the issues that came with the patch. And with that hot fix came some issues, as they do.
Yeah, the hot fix itself it wasn't fixing anything really crazy.
Part 5's music
yeah.
being uncontrollable, and just a couple
Little stuff.
little things here and there.
Yeah, nothing crazy. As for the issues that came with this hot fix, some of them are pretty drastic. And some of them they're not necessarily confirmed, but the complaints are there, and it depends how you want to look at it.
Right. I guess the main one people have been saying is that Jason, his speed went down a little bit. Personally, I don't think any of us have seen that.
I played quite a bit, and I played as Jason. I didn't notice that.
Right, but there's been a lot of people saying, Jason's slow again. And,
Right.
and also weapons are spawning in a lot again.
Didn't notice that either.
Didn't notice that either, but again, a lot of people have been saying it.
Yeah. So I'm not going to argue with it. There's definitely an option there. But I never played as a walking Jason. I was playing as Roy. So it's like,
Right.
how easy is it to tell with a running Jason?
Right.
So it's those issues are there. I think the most noticeable one,
Right.
the biggest one that this is 100% confirmed, across the board here, is when a counselor is in a car. They have no animation of a movement of attempting to start the vehicle, and the sound is no longer there at all of them starting the vehicle.
For
that's-
nobody.
That's a
For
big
nobody.
issue.
The sound when the car starts is still heard. When it's officially started and going, Jason still hears that. But if you're close to the car and you think he's not starting it, so you have a little bit of time to get around to go grab him, he may have been starting it that whole time, and
Yeah.
you didn't even realize it.
Yeah, no,
And
that
then
is
they're gone.
that is
And they're gone.
that's a major game changer for both counselors and Jason. Jason could say you're at Packanack, you're fucking someone up in the bathroom, you're giving him a swirly.
You
got-
a little swirly.
Someone gets in the car and starts it up, or no, you're about to be like, oh, I'll give him the swirly. You don't hear the car starting, so you choose to do the long swirly instead of a head punch or a choke kill or something quick. That really affects everybody. And then, like you said, counselors don't know if you're starting the car because half the time you don't see the actual animation. You don't see the actual animation
Yeah.
of him starting. You just hear.
But even that's not there right now. At least
No.
from what I've seen, that animation's gone.
No, so
Yeah.
that's the main thing.
So yeah, how are you gonna know if? Oh, I can hear the car starting. I need to jump in this bitch so we can skirt out of here.
Exactly.
But then at Jason's point of view, all right, yeah, I'm gonna, like you said, do the long kill. But then all of a sudden you hear the car start while you're in the middle of the kill, and you're like, wait a second. You look outside and they
See ya.
see ya.
Oh, my God.
Don't stop me now.
Yeah. It's just annoying.
Yeah, it really is.
It's a shame that anytime we get an update, whether how great it is or not, something goes wrong that instantly puts some negative towards that patch. And
Yeah.
I just wish we could someday get one patch
Yeah.
that doesn't break a bunch of other shit.
Yeah, no. So, yeah, wrapping back around, no regular updates. Now, again, this hotfix, we were told, hey, there'll be a hotfix next week. We got the hotfix, which, again, broke the shit. Could we expect another hotfix in a week or two that is just very, very small? Again, hotfixes, I do believe, still need to be go through certification for consoles. So, or at least Xbox for sure.
So it'll take a little bit.
So, hopefully they got that on their bug report.
But then maybe once we get this big engine, when patches come out, it won't be so many other issues coming up when they do put a patch out for us.
Right.
Yeah, when this engine comes out, it's going to be scary because the whole game is upgrading, and that's a lot of reconfiguring, all right?
Yeah.
So
Correct.
a lot could go wrong there. So good luck with that. That's going to be tough.
Have a fun 1 year anniversary gun and they'll find.
Yeah, good luck with that.
But much needed and excited for those two. Hopefully, we can see a hot fix in a week or two to, bring back what was good in this last patch.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Hate to see the negative.
yeah, but that's a big update F13 now. Let's move on to our next topic of the day. This one's a little bit different. But if you watched the show before, we're a big supporter of independent film and fan films, as we've done several ourselves. Now there's a new Friday the 13th fan film making its run, just finished its Kickstarter actually, it's called Voorhees. And Voorhees is a Friday the 13th fan film brought to you by Wet Paint Pictures, who we've talked to several times, and it follows a number of different individuals as their fate unfolds during several chilling encounters with a masked hill in the woods near the old site of the Camp Crystal Lake grounds.
Oh, wow.
Now, the movie will be shot in the forests of Northern Virginia, as well as the iconic waters of the Potomac River Gorge in Maryland. As fans of the franchise, their goal is to create an appropriate homage to the terrifying excitement that is Friday the 13th, and offered all those 40 years ago.
Yes.
Which is crazy, by the way. That's a long time. Time flies.
When
How do
you're
you think
having
they feel?
fun.
Yeah.
Now, the Kickstarter campaign was successfully funded, raising $5,300 of their $3,500 goal.
Should we give them a clap for that? Congrats.
$5,000 for a fan film. That's you can do so much with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
run
much.
with that, dude. Run with that. Our main point of wanting to talk about Voorhees is support indie film, man. It's tough. We talk about it with Victor Crowley all the time.
Yeah.
These guys, yes, it's a fan film, but they're aspiring filmmakers, and it's
Exactly.
a great way to get a push. And I'm glad they got funded so well. With this fan film came a lot of questions for us, like, hey, man, when you making a Friday the 13th fan film?
Oh.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
It's time for your old boy to get back in the suit.
Yeah.
Might have to lose some weight.
But moral of the story here from our side. Just stay tuned until March. All right, give us a little bit of time. But we want to be able to support Voorhees so that when we get a situation that we need support, they're there as well.
Of
so
course.
please check it out.
Yep.
Yes, their Kickstarter got funded, but they still need support from fans along
Keep
the way.
giving them love.
Spread the
Support
word.
the indie
Spread the
film.
word. Let's keep this. I like the fan film hype lately.
Yeah.
We need more fan film hype. Everybody deserves representation.
True.
Keep her going. All right, that's all I'm going to say about that. Check it out. Links in the description to check out their Facebook and whatnot. Let's move on to our last topic of the day. I'm all over the place how I feel about this next topic. Okay, Child's Play.
Oh boy.
The future of Child's Play. Writer-director Don Mancini has made it known that he has plenty ideas for Chucky's future. Okay, all right. Mancini revealed to Bloody Disgusting that he is in fact developing a Child's Play television series with producer David Kirshner.
Yikes.
Mancini managed to say that the series will pick up right where Cult of Chucky leaves off. And he, quote, "We plan to use Child's Play in the title. We want to definitely signal that we are going darker than ever before. It's going to be very creepy."
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. We'll come back to it. I'll give my. I'll give my opinion later.
Oh boy.
But wait, man, there's more.
Oh, yeah. So he also has ideas for the future of the film series. So, quote from Mancini himself. "I have files of different ideas and notions and scenes and set pieces and characters and situations. It's a constantly evolving thing. I want to be ready. Cult isn't, I don't think, the last we'll see of Chucky. But again, it's always important to me and David to find a way to reinvent it and keep it fresh. Obviously, I can't say too much, but we're already thinking ahead, definitely. Do I spend my nights thinking about, gosh, what would happen if Tiffany met Andy Barkley, the two desperate characters from different far-flung parts of the franchise? What if they collide? I think about these things. I'm a fan as well. I guess it sounds silly or self-serving to say that I'm a fan of my own franchise, but I am. I love it. I'm a fan of other franchises too, and I think when you're a fan, that's one of the things you do is you just muse about the characters and what if in this situation, and what if they met this character, end quote.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man.
It's good to be ambitious.
Yep.
Yeah. It is. It really is. And I get it. I get why you have ridden this franchise for a long time. And there's never truly been a bad one.
Yeah.
We're hella movies in, man. And the fact that they can still put out a product that's not complete fucking trash,
right,
and
is
always
impressive.
Entertaining.
Yeah.
The Chucky movies are always entertaining.
See the Chucky's bad, but it's self-aware bad. And they've never really made one that is just a piss poor effort at all. They never have gone there.
The day that happens, I'll be really upset because the Chucky character is just so unique, honestly. If you really think about it, those movies, like they are honestly entertaining to watch. Well, yes, the idea, I guess, in a way, some people could look at it as stupid, but it is exciting. It's fun to watch. So I really hope that if they're going to bring this into a TV show, they do it the right way.
Yeah. Before we really dive into this further, I'm going to make sure that this quote is heard as well because it's really important to the rest of the discussion here.
True.
Mancini also added the idea of Chucky being in this era of World War II. Quote saying, "I would love to do a World War II era Chucky movie. I think that would be awesome. You know how in Raiders of the Lost Ark they say Hitler is obsessed with a cult? That's the window in. It could be legitimately interesting to see Chucky in that milieu in the iconography of the archetypes of the World War II movie. He could be great." I get it. I really do. I get it, and especially when
ambition is nice.
He says it. He says something to me that is a huge red flag. Being a fan of your own franchise the way he is, which he should be, but being at that fanboy level where what if this person met here, but that. There's always going to be a point where you take it too far.
Yeah.
And the fact that the franchise has lived on the way it has. And like I said, it hasn't failed yet. It's gonna happen. If you keep throwing out stuff like this,
right,
especially diving into television, you're playing with fire. I'm not saying that it can't be successful. I'm not saying that.
It has potential.
Yeah, there's always potential for any film ever. But do you really want to get to the point that you stop making these films because you simply aren't allowed to make them because they're garbage?
I'll just say one thing right here. Halloween 2, Rob Zombie.
but that's a whole different category.
Yeah.
We've seen television shows fail horrendously. Stuff that I'm not saying any names, all right? But shows that have gone even directly to Netflix, they premiere and they're done after the first season because that was a stupid idea. And the fact that the television series is pulling off of the films is weird because does that mean you have to see the films in order to get the TV show? Because you shouldn't have to.
Right, that's bad business. That's a bad show. You need to watch something as a prequel.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to gain. I won't say it's bad, but I'm going to say you're not going to gain new fans that way. You maybe minuscule, but you're not going to gain new fans if nobody knows what's going on when you watch the pilot episode.
And then you're going to have prior fans who've seen all the originals, and then you're gonna have to make a new storyline. You're gonna upset people.
Dude, television's, especially if they take that route of using the films in order to dive into television, you're playing. Dude, I'm telling you, the fire is really burning. You are about to burn your ass. Because here's the thing: any new show like that, you risk upsetting the original fans of the films.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to be able to bring in new fans too, just in case that happens.
Exactly.
Scream, for example, a lot of people, fans of the original films, hated the Scream TV series, but it was able to bring in a new audience because it stands by itself.
Right. That new audience is huge as well.
Yeah, it's got a heavy cult following.
Yeah, that's the reason why the show is getting a third season. Even though it's being remade. Or I mean, rebooted. Technically.
Reset. They pressed the reset button.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. With the way that it sounds like they're going with that, to me it says, okay, you're intentionally trying to bring in original fans of the films. That means if the TV show sucks, which they often tend to, I'm not gonna say often. It works sometimes. Ash vs. Evil Dead's fantastic. I love it. So like I said, the potential's there.
And
But you could really,
Exorcist has been doing okay.
If you upset that fan base of the original films, there goes that audience, right? But then you have the new people that are going to stay there and hold you and support you like Scream fans do. But if they need to see the films,
they're not getting
right. Do you see there's a big hole there?
Right. With Scream, you didn't necessarily need to see the films to get the TV show because
you don't need to at all.
In itself was its own entity. It could stand alone as its own. If it was without the Scream title, it would be a decent slasher TV series.
Yeah.
Without the Scream title.
Which I know we talked about this. I don't want to get on the screen, but we talked about it. We're like, man, this should just have its own name.
Yeah. A lot of people say that. Just call it anything other than Scream. The only reason that show got a lot of hate, it's not the best show in the world. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But the main hate from that show comes from the fact that they're holding a heavily loved film franchise, especially with the passing of Wes Craven. You're playing with that too.
Exactly.
So you just you could destroy a brand in terms of that, and that's where the hate comes from.
So what would be interesting to see with this Chucky, I know he in the quote he talks about it's going to follow after the cult of Chucky, but it would be interesting if they made the TV show as in, I guess, a reboot. They they kind of still told the beginning story, but they did in a TV sense, I guess. But just trying to come from different angles and see different perspectives.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Child's Play, of the franchise in general.
Yeah,
the only one that really just kind of bothers me is Seed of Chucky. But of course, I want to see it live on. But I also hate seeing things I love get ruined because we can't let go.
Yeah,
we see it all the time. We see it all the time.
Right. You can't say cash grab because, he, like he said, he's a fan of his own films. He's not going to cash grab.
Yeah, there's a reason I haven't said that the entire time.
Right.
But if we can't let go, as fans, if we can't let go,
right,
we may watch it burn.
Exactly. With your own shit, yes, you may be a fan. Don't put it on the pedestal and say,
Please.
all right, now we can do this because everybody loves it because I love it this much. Yeah. Don't do that.
You could just
Gary.
You built something so great. I'd be so upset if it just burned because of where we're heading here.
That's when things they're sitting right here, and you're like, they could go here, but then it does the old flipperoonie, and it goes down fast.
So we move on from Cult. We get this TV show. It flops. All right, let's go back in the films. World War II Chucky.
For real though, it's funny because he never addresses the idea if we go television, movies are done. It's we're doing both at the same time. I have ideas for both.
Yeah.
In the famous words of Ron Swanson, don't half-ass two things, whole-ass one thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a beautiful quote from something so dumb.
Parks and Recreation.
Yeah.
I seriously though, I can't read or naff. I'm if they do it well, I'm all in.
Right.
Don't get me wrong.
It would be fun to see if it's done well.
Yeah. I would happily weekly watch Chucky, all right?
Right. That's Scream, we didn't have as much time to watch it. We would make time for this.
Yeah.
If it's, good. In any way, if it's good, we watch it.
Even if it's a 6 out of 10.
I could do 6.
Yeah. Do we go probably our episodes, I'd imagine. Probably the first season be 6 or 8 episodes.
6 usually.
Yeah, that's what I think
for
in the
pilot season.
They talked about 6 to 8 hour episodes.
Right. So again, say the TV the TV show flops. Now you got World War II Chucky to bring your franchise back.
Man.
Don't get me
Do
wrong.
you even think that would work?
Don't get me wrong.
I really don't.
Don't get me wrong. It could not suck.
If you've seen Cult of Chucky, you already know how ambitious it is. It's very different.
Right.
And most fans, I would say, bought in. I mean, there was some hate out there. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
There always will be. But I would say most fans bought in. We kind of get it. We get what Chucky is now. We accept that. But, man, you can only take it so far. I'm just scared. I seriously just don't want to see this franchise die because it's one of the few franchises that did not get buried with sequels. It was a franchise that still supported itself despite how many sequels it got.
Just let her be. Let Sleepy Dogs lie.
Honestly, though, I don't know how to. I can't say it enough. I'm just scared. That as a true fan, it just makes me nervous.
It's going to be interesting. You know, of course, we will keep you updated as we keep ourselves updated. Just hope that if it comes to fruition, it doesn't suck.
The fingers are crossed. The potential's there. Don't make me cry.
Don't make me upset, Gary.
But yeah, that's going to wrap up Slashcast today. Let us know what you guys think about everything. Single player challenges. You looking to check out the Voorhees fan film? Mm-hmm. Or are you terrified for the Chucky TV series? Anything. It's fine. What's the hashtag today, boys?
New merch?
No, we're not fucking Logan Paul.
Hashtag drain the lizard.
There you go.
Hashtag
drain the lizard. Wow. All right, but that is going to wrap up Slashcast today. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Editor, roll that outro. Hey, you. Thanks for watching this episode of Slashcast. If you enjoyed, make sure you drop a like and click that box right down there to check out last week's episode.
Also, if you want to check out the film the fans are calling the best fan film of all time, make sure you click that box right down there to check out our Friday the 13th fan film.
While you're at it, click that circle right there to subscribe to our channel. Never miss a video again.
As always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.